meant to be fishing. We need food. Hi, this is Cass from Aussie Cass Plays, and welcome to the first episode of my Shipwrecked series, which is the survival challenge that I'm starting here on the channel. It is based on the old Island challenge, which was like, I think a base game, or maybe base game plus not much else challenge that was written, I believe, by Simproved originally, although I could be wrong. I've updated it. I did post a rules overview video if you're interested in checking that one out. I will try and keep you guys up to date, and I also have linked the rules in the description, so if you want to just have a look at that, feel free. The rules are in draft, as in I've not play tested them yet, so we will tweak them as we go along. I'm happy to have feedback on that, but I thought I'd start by introducing you to my two Sims. They are the only Sims in the world. As of right now, the game keeps creating new Sims, so we'll see how that goes. This is Sebastian Weathers, known to his sister as Seb or Sebi. He is a loner, which... great. I mean, I did make these Sims for this challenge, so it works out quite nicely. He loves the outdoors, and he's an angler, which is a custom trait. The reason these two are here is Sebi is a passionate fisherman, but not very good. As in, he doesn't have much fishing skill. He did do a little bit of fishing while I was recording the trailer, so he does have a tiny bit of fishing, but not a lot. He inherited, when their parents passed away, he inherited the father's fishing boat and desperately wanted to be able to support his teen sister. The two of them were out fishing, a huge storm whipped up, and here they are. I believe that the angler trait increases skill gain for fishing. I'm not sure, but he will at least like fishing, fingers crossed. His little sister, she's a teen. She's just become a teen, so she's probably, 15-ish. She is a sun child and spiritual. They are both custom traits. Spiritual Sims believe in a higher power through meditation and reflection. I have no idea how that's going to work. Never played with this trait before. We'll see how it goes. The reason I picked it is for story reasons, though. Sun children, let the fire in their soul lead them in life. They are stubborn and rebellious by nature and come alive during the day. They relish being outside in the warmth of the sun or dancing by the fire, the same fire that burns hot within their veins, feeds their passion for life. Loves being outside. They're both sun babies. You know, I imagine they grew up in like a coastal fishing village, something like that, and they love being outside. She hates being at school. So there are upsides for her in this challenge because she's never going to go. They can only travel to the 3 lots in Muapalam, which are all empty except this one. I've put there, this is the Admiral's wreckage boat that came with Sulani, like with the pack. And then there's this little interesting outcropping with a chest. This chest is not actually a functional chest. If you own Island Living, you'll be aware, but I have put a functional chest inside it because I do want the chest to be functional, but I also really like this chest. So there you go. That's my little cheat for getting around the fact that they made this beautiful chest not be functional for reasons I don't understand. The storm has settled. They've come out of the wreckage of their boat. They, despite feeling confident and happy, are very stressed. They're like, where are we? What on earth? And we're going to take it from there. Now, the main thing with this challenge is every morning there's a dice roll, which affects the way the rest of the day will play out. I've decided it doesn't apply to the first day, just aside from anything else. It's almost midday, and if I haven't done the dice roll by midday, I have to kill a sim. So I put in the rules, it doesn't apply to the first day. So from tomorrow, we'll have to do a dice roll. Obviously, at the moment, we're just going to have to focus on scavenging. Now, Seb does have his fishing equipment, so he's going to go fishing, and she's, I guess, going to... I mean, I know I need seashells, but she doesn't yet. I'm going to have her comb for seashells because this is a survival challenge, so there is a gameplay element to it. So she's thought she's seen something in the sand and she's digging for it, and then she's like, I'll then go, maybe have a look around, see if I can find any fruits or vegetables, anything like that. Oh, she got pooped on by a seagull. Wow. Okay, well, let's move a little bit further away from the trees, shall we? Oh, apparently we're going to go for a swim. Now, I don't actually know if on Muapalam there are any food plants. Now, this toilet block is going to keep respawning. I have tried destroying it and it comes back persistently. I guess we're going to agree that the two of them have agreed that this location is that's going to be their toilet. There's a pile of rocks here and they're like, well, we don't want to be each, peeing and pooping over here. You're meant to be fishing. We need food. I don't know how we're going to cook it or eat it. And none of the plants here are currently grown in, which is a bit frustrating. She's trying to use her phone to see if she can get it to work. The trash is just in her inventory. So she's going to comb the beach for seashells. And I'm hoping he's going back to fish again. He's not. Were you not able to fish there? Now, she's found the shell and she's looking around for for more shells, apparently. That's great. Do they queue that now? It used to be that they'd go beach combing, like they'd dig for seashells once and then they'd just stop. Is it a continuous interaction now? That'd be great if it was. I was anticipating having to constantly re-queue that, which would be annoying. I'm going to have her come over here because she's like, well, I found this shell. I don't have pockets. I'm just going to pop the shell in here. Now, because she's spiritual, she's got a feeling there's something significant about this chest. It's giving her vibes. So the biggest problem in this is the currency is shells. What I'm going to have her do is put the shells that she finds into the chest and she's wishing very dearly for something and it's going to show up. And that's when they're going to realize how this works. Because at the moment, they kind of don't know. She's going to pop that in there. I'm going to have her just keep digging the things back. They just come back. It's, it's a thing. It's quite annoying, actually. See, look, fades back into existence. So we're just going to have to pretend it doesn't exist. There'll be a few things like that where I'll just, ignore it. I'm trying to make this as close to realistic for you guys as I can, but, So in order to buy a campfire, which is going to be the first thing we're going to desperately need, we need 5 shells. So I'm trying to get her to find 5 and then I'm trying to get him to find the fish, which hopefully they can then cook over the campfire. She's swearing at the seagulls. Oh, a nefarious seabird dove down and snatched the find away. Sebastian caught a kitchen upgrade part. Not super relevant to our current situation, but, now she's feeling angry and tense. That seems more in line with what her mood should be, being shipwrecked. Here, they have no shelter, they have no beds, nothing. Like, they can basically fall asleep on the sand. They don't even have towels. Maybe I could have them beach comb together. The shells are actually a bigger priority than the fish at this point. We do have simple living, and this is actually going to be the biggest hurdle. It's like in any survival challenge, the start of the challenge is always the trickiest part. See, he's autonomously re-queuing it. Oh, she found a fingers of Sulani and he found a conch shell. Unfortunately, the fingers of Sulani, I haven't actually established a value for those. What's happened here is he's like, look, I've caught some fish. And she's like, look, I have this feeling that this is a thing we should be doing. And she's always had really good, gut feelings for things. And he's like, okay, I'll humor her for a bit because, she obviously has a really good feeling for this kind of stuff. So I'm going to humor her and, help her stay calm by helping her out for a bit. He's basically spending time with his sister to calm her down because she was getting really spun up and adamant that this is a thing. Now, if you guys think there should be a value for these treasures that you can dig up in the rules, let me know. If they should be worth 5 shells or something in the don't sort of exchange currency that we're going to have set up. Let me know, because I'd sort of forgotten you could dig those up, and it kind of makes sense to me that they would be. Oh, he's finding fish. That's not super helpful, because these ones are going to be spoiled. I can't really do anything with them. I'm just going to mount the spoiled ones just so that I don't confuse them with the fresh ones, so my Sims don't eat them and get food poisoning and die. I also realised I should have put towels on the purchase list, so I'm thinking maybe 2 shells for a towel. So I will edit that in. The only reason I'm thinking towels is because they can sleep on a towel. Although I think they can sleep in the water too, can't they? They can back float. Maybe we won't need a towel. I'm not sure. I'm a bit scared sending them into the water when they're tired is the thing. I mean, they're not super tired at the moment, so I could have them back float and get a little bit of sleep back. Now, the premise for this is there are 2 gods that kind of govern these islands. There's the land volcano god, who is Kano, and there's the sea god, who is Vaya. Now, Vaya, she's quite benevolent, or she's really mad. They're both quite mad. Digging for seashells makes them really angry. Yeah, Vaya is quite benevolent towards Sims, whereas Kano is not. Kano has been driven mad by pollution. So the whole idea of this challenge is that we are going to cleanse the world of the pollution that has been inflicted on it by the sim world more broadly. So that is the ultimate goal, is we want to get this world completely cleansed. Now, I've told her to come in here and backfloat. I want to see if this gives her energy. Because if it does, what I can do is not wait until they're super tired, have them backfloat to get energy back, and then I won't need like any towels or anything. It's funny, when I click between them, it looks like they've gotten a bit, but they kind of haven't. She's starting to get hungry, which is going to make them even more stressed. All right, so they only have the 5 shells, so we can't kind of get anything else. I was actually hoping they'd have enough to get like a sea packet or something. Okay, so that didn't count as sleeping, which is going to be a problem. Fun is the one thing I actually don't think we're going to have a huge issue with in this challenge, because swimming is fun. Digging in the sand is fun, even though they're getting some awful moodlets out of it. So yeah, those things are both fun. Oh, we got another one. He's got 2 more. The things that brothers will do to humour their sister. And he got another one. Oh my goodness. The gods clearly love him more than his sister, is all I have to say. So the idea is that Vaya is taking the shells as an offering, and that in exchange she washes things up from the sea. So 5 for the fire, 2 for a towel, 1 for a packet of seeds. That's what she's wishing for. She's like, food. I just want food. I want somewhere to sleep. Oh, she got 2 as well. Food, somewhere to sleep, and some way for us to eat. And that's what her mind is focused on right now. And the goddess is hearing this because she's a spiritual sim. The goddess is hearing this and is planning on acting on it. Now, obviously, they don't know that yet. Oh, he got her fingers of Sulani. I should actually probably hold them in her inventory and then just drag them across as we use them, and then just store all the shells in here maybe. I don't know. I haven't quite figured out the best way to manage it. That might be better, actually. I had thought that the things would wash up overnight just because it didn't seem super realistic to me that they would wash up like instantly. Like it shouldn't be a direct exchange. You know, goddess needs a bit of time. Yeah. Oh, he found an ordinary conch shell. I'm actually gonna... Oh, he found a towel. Oh my goodness. They can nap on that. That's amazing. That's exactly what we need. I'm actually going to hang on to that conch shell. I'm going to keep the first conch shell. I feel like it could be good. He's seriously like on a roll with this and like finding all kinds of stuff. The earbuds I'm going to have to get rid of because I don't want him to actually use them. Oh, the toilet hasn't respawned yet. That's great. I'm going to need a woohoo bush then. I don't think they pee in the ocean anymore. I remember when Island Living first came out, they would, but they don't seem to anymore. She's having a bit of a sleep. She is probably going to wet herself, and so is he. They can shower under the waterfall, so I'm not super stressed about that. But I am concerned about their bladder needs. She's also cold. Sweetie, you got to get changed. Yeah, I know you need to pee. I know. I'm going to get him to have a nap now. It's his turn to use the towel. The found beach towel. See, that was the goddess checking, help me out a little early there. Now, I'm actually going to do this exchange now, just because I'm a little bit concerned. My Sims are going to starve to death. And I've got to do the dice roll in the morning, so I might make the stuff wash up at midnight. So here's what we've got. So it's 5 for a campfire. Then we've got 2 for a towel, so they can have 1 each. I'm very generous with my Sims. And then we've got, I'm just having a quick look through how much the woohoo bush is. It's 3 shells for a woohoo bush and 1 for a packet of seeds. There we go. That's all of our shells. So I will quickly go into build mode and I will give them the things they've paid for. She's swimming in the ocean, thinking about how she needs to pee. Her brother's having a sleep and there's a big wave that comes through and gives them the things that she was wishing for. So my idea is she's going to ultimately end up in a kind of almost priestess to the goddess kind of role. Obviously, you'll see I've got a ton of money here. That's because currency in this game, like, it's not a thing. Oh, I forgot you could nap in the party bush. I could have purchased one of those. So she's come swimming back in and she's like, I don't understand. You know, where did all this stuff come from? So she's going to, like, light the fire. There's a seed packet there. And I'm hoping we can grill the fish. This is actually something that we really needed to play test, and this is how I'm learning. There's no option to cook fish. Is Off the Grid turning that off? I mean, they can cook marshmallows, but I don't know where they'd get them from. Barbecue is 20 shells. I may have to reassess this, because if the Off the Grid trait is making it so I can't cook my fish on the bonfire, which was kind of what I was relying on it for. Then they got no way to eat other than whatever seeds she just got, which could include... Yeah, they were all flowers. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They were flowers. We can't eat flowers. Well, I'm going to get her to have some marshmallows just to, like, put something in her belly. What I'm debating is, do I make the barbecues cost 5 shells and they just get a barbecue instead of the bonfire? It's a shame because I really wanted them to be able to cook fish on the bonfire, but they can't. Like, the bonfire almost becomes a decorative item at that point because they can't use it for anything. All right, I'm going to say that. I'm going to change it so you can start with the bonfire because the simple living trait makes those decorative. I mean, they can sing around it and stuff. But if you think about it, this is something they could have put together themselves from rocks and sticks anyway. And I'm going to change it so that they can get a grill. I need an off-the-grid grill. The barbecue drum, maybe? That's probably my best bet. But he can't do fish on a stick. Oh, no, that's her. All right, I'll just not cook any of those other random things that are popping up as available for her. So he's like, hey, look, you know, it's great that this barbecue washed up. Hopefully this is something they can both eat. I mean, there's a bit of troubleshooting with this. I did say that there was obviously going to be a little bit of work to do. Where'd the other fish go? He had 2. He only made 1 fish. So grilling a fish gives you literally 1 fish. Have 1 more mouthful and then give the rest to your sister. Don't be greedy. Okay, stop. 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 Put it down. Thank you. I'm obviously going to have to make sure I have enough fish for 1 each. So they're sharing the fish that he caught. Things are starting to look up a little bit. Now, the sun has risen, which means it's dice roll time. This is scary because good things could happen, bad things could happen. All right, you guys, this is a little program called Sophie's Dice Roller, I think it is. I got it off Steam. Obviously, if you were doing this yourself, you could just use 2d6, like 2 6-sided dice from your Monopoly set or whatever. But because I needed to record this, I needed to find an app. Now, I'm just showing you how it works. So that would be a terrible roll. I've got 1 dice for Via, 1 dice for Kano. We kind of want at least a 7 for a good result. Anything less is something bad. I'm kind of hoping for a high number here. So this is my actual roll. I was just demonstrating. So I just click and we get a 3. That's great. I mean, it's better than a 2, but it's not good at all. Kano has cursed you. Add a new lot challenge to your Sims main lot. Wow. I mean, it's fair because Kano's like trying to drive us away the second we arrive, and as soon as he sees Via intervening to help us, Kano's like, nah. It could have been worse. Snake Eyes is I would have had to kill one of my Sims. So glad it wasn't a double one. All right, you guys, I'm just having a look through the lot challenges. There's Wild Fox's Quake Zone, but we already have volcanic activity, so that's a little redundant. Spooky Reduce and Recycle means you have to like go to the tip to get rid of recycling, which I kind of don't want my Sims doing, so I'm not going to do any of these 3. Wild Foxes don't really do much of anything to us right now. Creepy Crawlers could be good. Cursed is a lot. Cursed means that every time your Sims cook, things will catch fire. I'm not going to do Cursed until I am forced into a corner. Filthy, yeah, I mean, we could. Gremlins, Grody. I'm thinking Creepy Crawlies is the most appropriate for the fact that we're on an island. That makes sense to me. So we've got a problem with bugs and ants. He's basically sent a plague of insects to torment my Sims, which is wonderful. I'm going to say these 2 can fish together because I'm going to need them both to have fish. I was sort of thinking that she'd be gardening, but since we only got daisies, which you can't eat, thanks, Via. I mean, what would a sea goddess know about what Sims can eat, I suppose? I'm actually going to wrap up this part here. Obviously, I've had to do a bit of troubleshooting with the rules. I didn't know the simple living trait was going to affect bonfires, which was a problem. And I also hadn't factored in sleeping, because obviously when you're doing a rags to riches, normally your Sims will just sleep on like a park bench. There are no park benches here. I didn't think that through, so it's fine. All right, Matilda, fresh from the ocean. Go cook yourself that fish. I also don't think I had a price in there for a garbage bin. But I need to add one of those in as well. These are things I hadn't thought about. Now, let me know what you guys think of the rules so far. I'm particularly interested in what you think of the Fingers of Sulani and the other treasures that you can get in Sulani being worth more, like they are an equivalent to 5 shells, for example, is what I was thinking. Regardless of rarity, whether it's a common or a rare, I'm not going to get into that. That's too complicated. But that's what I'm thinking, because we're going to dig these up a lot. They feel like something that would be a suitable offering for a sea god. So that's my thought. I'd love to hear what you think. If you've enjoyed, please like and subscribe. You know the drill. Don't forget to wash your hands. I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching.